Welcome to What Crisis? Fully living in your midlife and beyond. I'm your host, Dan Johansson. What Crisis offers insight and guidance on living an intentional life for people who find themselves on a journey of growth in their middle years. Is there a crisis? Absolutely. The crisis of realizing you're literally on the backside of your life and you haven't truly been living. Whether you're looking to grow into a better version of yourself, or to find or strengthen your loving relationships, or maybe just learn how to give yourself the permission to lead a purpose-driven life with joy and grace, you'll learn something new every episode. So come along for the ride. Hey there, welcome back. If you listened to the last episode, we talked about the concept of our tribe and how that includes friends, family, partners, and other circles of people in our lives. We talked about some of the ways we've been taught that we should see family and how to look at dealing with the challenges of healthy relationships within family. Let's extend this out to our circle of friends. Many of us have people in our lives that we've called friend for a long time. But even the word friend is a very loosely defined way to talk about people in our lives. But what is a friend, a real friend? And who are we just friendly with? Because there's a distinct difference between someone who's a friend and someone we're friendly with. If you do a search on the definition of the word, you'll find something that looks like this: a person who has a strong liking for and trust in another person. I think we can accept this as being a pretty reasonable definition and consider friendships to be a mutual expression of that. But if you think about the people in your life that you call friend, how many of them fit that? And how many people actually exist on the edges of that? We have friends, and we have people that we're friendly with. It's almost like a social structure. Our inner core, often with just one or at least maybe a few people. Perhaps that's just with our partners. Then there's the next band of folks who are part of our tribe too. Those core people with whom you've opened up, been vulnerable. You hold confidence with these folks, rip it up with them, bitch about the world with them. They are your break glass in case of emergency, late night phone call. Perhaps these people are your family just as much as blood is. They're the immediate ring of people that sit right up next to us, right there with us. These are some real bonds. And then there's the next ring of community. As I said, the people we know, the nice folks. But perhaps they're on the periphery for one reason or the other. Friendships are a very unique and precious thing and often outlast many other relationships. These bonds often hold a place for us that's different, but no less important than what we have with our romantic partners. Perhaps they're the flip side to our relationship coin, one that supports us in ways that the other doesn't or can't, maybe won't, which makes sense, right? You share with your partner things that are very specific to the two of you. Life goals, personal, maybe financial objectives, parenting, physical and emotional intimacy. But we can't have one person really be our sole everything. If not for anything else, our closest friends are a counterpoint for us, another complement in balance. But all of these people still require us to be whole within ourselves for us to be a healthy participant with them. But these best friends, this is often where our shotgun and shovel people exist. It's like that great scene in the movie The Town, where Ben Affleck's character, seeking revenge on a man who wronged his love interest, asks his best friend, "I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it later, and we're going to hurt some people." And his best friend, played by Jeremy Renner, simply replies, "Whose car are we going to take?" They're there to support us in anything and everything, these friends of ours. But sometimes what we really need from our friends is a nice dose of reality, a slap across the metaphoric face, delivering what might be uncomfortable truths. This is what separates people we're friendly with from a true friend. For example, after a breakup, most friends will be right there with you and remind you that, they weren't right for you. They're such an asshole. You deserve so much better. All with the goal of making you feel better. But is that always the truth? Or just what they think you want or need to hear? What about the times when the truth you need to hear might sound a little different, a little more challenging? Like, hey, I know that was really difficult and I know you're hurting, but perhaps maybe you could have handled that differently, or maybe shouldn't have said that. Sometimes what we really need from our friends is to be called out on our own bullshit. This is something that many of us have difficulty doing with anyone in our lives. But sometimes it's the most loving thing we can do for someone we care about. A real friend is both your cheerleader and your coach, your confidant and counselor. We want the best for the people we love, even if that means sharing truths that might not be easy to hear. Friendships, like any real relationship, take work. They ask for curiosity and generosity. Like any good relationship, we owe it to our friends to offer the same level of honesty and communication we share with our partners. We owe it to tell them that we appreciate them just as much as we do if we feel unappreciated. Of all the people in our lives, our tribe is truly our inner circle. We should be willing and open to share with them when we need more, or when we need less, maybe. And stand in our truth with whatever boundaries we need. True friends will respect and hold this container for you, even if they don't always understand. That's the difference between someone who's a real friend and someone who you're friendly with. In any relationship, open communication and honesty drives everything. Depth, trust, safety. We can so often take our friends for granted. We assume they're doing fine because they haven't said otherwise. We don't talk with them for a while and just chalk that up to them or us being busy with life. But maintaining friendships requires care and feeding, just like our romantic partners. Being present, literally and emotionally, is the key to any healthy relationship. So check in a little more often. Tell them you appreciate them. Tell them when they fuck up. And listen and appreciate it if they tell you that you fucked up too. Because you know it wasn't easy to say. But it's because they love you that they tell you the truth, as you would for them. And you'll love them anyway. After all, they're your tribe. And because we're in this crisis, we know better. So we do better. See you next time. Thanks for listening and spending part of your day with me. If you like what you hear on the podcast, please subscribe. And if you're so inclined, since you like it anyway, please leave a kind review. For more information, follow me on danjohansson.com, where you'll also find a link to my brand new book, The Way In, which is out and available right now.